Ilie Nastase and Jan Tiriac had fabulous personalities that they showed to the people on court a lot, and the people loved to be able to see Nastase and Tiriac. Today the players are, the athleticism is so high, and the play on court, the level of play, very strong. The players need to be very concentrated. So less exchange with the public, but a very high level of play. I think in both cases, these players, Tiriac, Nastase, Federer, Nadal, make tennis a very popular sport.
Everybody tell about the players right now are looking like a machine.
The players, they concentrate to be able to play at a level which the fans are captivated by, the way they're able to hit the ball, reach the ball, the battle, the duel between the two players. To be able to do that, they have to be able to concentrate. The popularity of tennis today is better than ever, thanks to these top players. So the public is enjoying being able to see fantastic players like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Gilles Simon, many players that are participating here in Bucharest, like Marcos Baghdatis. Tennis is at a very high point of popularity.
Tell me, if Ilie Nastase in this day are playing with, I don't know, Nadal or Djokovic, how will be the game?
I think that Ilie may have a difficult time to win as many matches as he's won. He may have a difficult time to win against Rafa, but we also know Ilie's sense of humor, and maybe with his sense of humor he would have a chance against Nadal if he makes him laugh.
You're big fans, or you are a big fan for, I don't know, Ilie Nastase or Nadal or Djokovic, or?
I love to be able to see Nastase play, and I think that Nastase always in the hearts of tennis fans will have a big place. Today what I love to see are the rivalries between the players, to see how Federer against Nadal plays, how Nadal against Djokovic plays, and to understand how these matches work in the minds of the players also, I think is fascinating today.
What it means, this tournament for Romania?
Romania has a great tradition in tennis with Tiriac, with Nastase, with fantastic players that they have had. So it's important for a country like Romania, it's important for the ATP World Tour to have a tournament in Romania and maintain that tradition and the importance of tennis in the country.
But right now we have some problems with the boys. With the girls, we're staying very good, but with the boys,
the fans always, when they come and they see a Romanian player that's here, the support that they get is fantastic. So the passion for the Romanian players is still here. There's some fantastic results that a player like Tecau has had in his doubles career. So the development of the players will come, and I think the interest for tennis in Romania is still very strong.
Tell me, it's a big difference about the court with the colors, the blue and the brown.
The blue is going to be a innovation that Mr. Tiriac is bringing in Madrid. It's important to be able to have some innovation in a sport. Tennis has a lot of tradition, a lot of history, but it also is important to stay modern and to welcome change, to welcome innovation. The blue courts are interesting for the contrast that they can bring with the tennis ball. So it's not just a gadget. There's a reason for it. It's the first year in Madrid, and we'll see how it is, but I think it's interesting.
Will be interesting, but Federer and Djokovic and also Nadal, they want to be blue.
Change takes some time to be accepted. It's the first year that we have this in Madrid. The players need to have a chance to be able to experience playing on the blue courts, and we'll see and be very close to understanding their feelings after this year in Madrid.
What it means to be a good manager, because you're working with a lot of players?
A good manager has to understand the priorities for a player. The first priority is to be ready to play on court. Everything has to be in place for that moment when he comes to play on court. Around these playing commitments, there are many demands on players that come from the media, the sponsors, the fans also, and it's important to fulfill those commitments in the right way. So the balance, to be able to balance and take care of these things for a player is an important role, I think, the priority for a manager.
In the world, everybody have a top. Football, tennis, then I don't know, baseball or football player, football American. When tennis can be on the one top?
Tennis, number one, is a sport. Like a sport. I think that tennis globally is one of the very top sports that you have. Some of the sports that you mentioned are very strong in one country or in one region, but around the world, tennis as a spectator sport and also as a participation sport is very strong. So the key in countries is always to have champions. The stars, the champions, drive the popularity of a sport. In markets where there's a top in Serbia today with Novak Djokovic, tennis is a number one sport. So the combination of the popularity of tennis and a champion, that together makes tennis a number one sport in a country.
But right now are a lot of money in the football and also in tennis, but not like in football.
Yes, the football is a very mass sport that attracts and is interest a great number of people. Tennis has a very good audience, smaller than football, but a very attractive audience for the business world of the sports world, the sponsors that there can be. So it's different between the two.
I know you was, so tell me if it's true that you was a colleague on the university with Mr. Obama?
I went to college in the United States with President Obama many years ago now, in the late 70s and early 80s. We've remained friends still, and I'm able to bring him some tennis news when I see him.
And you are playing now tennis, or I don't know, other sports?
His wife, Michelle Obama, is the tennis player. It's her sport, her number one sport. For President Obama, basketball is his number one sport, but he plays tennis as well, and their daughters play tennis.
Do you have some, I don't know, advice for a tennis player Romanian?
I think to continue what they're doing now, the level of the players on the ATP World Tour today is harder than ever to be able to make your place. It's a big challenge to be able to get into the top 100, the top 50, the top 20. But I think that the progression, I think that the trend of progress of the players in Romania is good, and that with time they'll see the results come to reward the efforts that are being made.
The last question, do you have a favorite player of tennis?
Like I said, I think that my more than one favorite player, what I like to see is the battle between players. I like to see the battle there is in the minds, the duel that there is between the minds. Today, the contrast in styles that you have between some of the top players is something really interesting to be able to see. If I had to pick one, I would say that I think that every time to be able to see Roger Federer play is a privilege that I will always remember. I think he's a unique player.